Usually, I begin acceptance speeches of honorary degrees by thanking the university and faculties concerned, by saying how happy and honored I feel. But this honorary degree has given me much food for thought, because it is one in humane letters. That really set me thinking. Humane letters. It's very intriguing, and I wonder what you might be expecting of somebody who has received such a degree from you. I think, and I hope it means, that you would expect us to use whatever talent we might have in the broad field of letters in quotation marks to try to serve humanity. So I would like to think that this is a degree conferred on me for what I've tried to do for human rights in Burma. But when I say human rights in Burma, I'm actually talking about human rights all over the world, because human beings are indivisible. It does not mean that you're less of a human being because you live in one part of the world rather than another. So when we struggle for human rights in Burma, we are struggling for human rights as a whole. This subject is so broad that I would not have time to fit it all into a short speech as I'm planning now. I go in for very short speeches, the shorter the better. But I would like to say that it has been very satisfying for all of us in Burma to know that our efforts to promote human rights have begun to, I won't say bear fruit, but bear buds. The buds have yet to blossom, and the blossoms have yet to turn to fruit. But at least they're beginning to bear buds. Johns Hopkins has been specially associated with the National League for Democracy, particularly through the efforts of the person whom we all affectionately refer to as Dr. Chris Bayer. He was the one who conducted the first non-governmental workshop on HIV/AIDS in Burma, and this took place in our NLA headquarters. And this was what inspired some of our young people to devote themselves to HIV/AIDS patients. This is a very good connection. It is a connection based on compassion, based on responsibility, based on the desire to fight what needs to be fought, based on the desire to improve conditions for those most in need of help. I would like to think that Johns Hopkins will carry on this tradition of giving the best to those who need it most. We in Burma are very much in need of better educational facilities. Not perhaps the kind of facilities you may have in mind, because the great majority of our young people are in need of basic education. I'm not talking about elementary school children when I talk about basic education. I'm talking about graduates. There are vast numbers of unemployed graduates in Burma because the universities have not given them the kind of basic education that would enable them to find jobs, that would enable them to earn a living for themselves. So I would like you and other educational institutions in the United States to be aware of this great need of ours, the great need to give our young people who are supposed to already have had an education to really educate themselves in order to meet the challenges of life. When we think of education and youth, we think of the future of our country. Youth and education are crucial to the future of our country, and I hope you will join us in making this future a bright one. I look forward to the time when Burmese youth will be able to join you at Johns Hopkins to promote letters, humane letters. Thank you.